going to be. So just I just see like all the big streamers are talking about the stream awards, this and that. But it's like same thing. Streamer awards is the same thing like Oscars or any of these are for me. They don't mean nothing. The good thing is that they give recognition to the people who are doing something with their, profession. But still, it's just so fishy. Sometimes it just feels so fishy. The streamer award, categories. Like, again, like how are these things measured anyway? It's just that some group of people deciding like, oh, these are the candidates, and then now somebody votes who is the winner. Like overall, it should be already that the only people who are going to get the stream, awards, it's like they're really putting like they are doing proper acting on streaming. Like let's say I think like one candidate over there was this kind of like a lady. She is dressed up like a 50s, 60s or something like that, and then the screen is like black and white camera and everything. Like you would be watching 50s TV show or something. Now that kind of a thing should be the only possible stream award candidates. But now that there's basically just popularity game. Basically there is just popularity game going on. So it's a little bit nah. Because it's most likely it's always gonna be the biggest when people are voting themselves who is gonna be the winner. It should be the biggest one is going to be decided by people voting, but the candidates are being put there by like a group of specialists and stuff like that, but they should be within the frame of having something unique kind of like a alter ego or something like that, but not like, let's see, if I would become. That was weird. Sounded like a bird was screeching. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the house can get quite creepy when you're used to that. Your kids are running and shouting and everything, but now it's usually total silence. You only hear weird kind of sounds in the house. So you're like, yeah. I'm getting very paranoid. I'm just wondering, like, did I forget to lock the doors of somewhere? Did something accidentally got in or something, So, it's always that. That's the weird part. I remember there was one day, I was upstairs and actually almost going to sleep, and then I heard something like dropping and everything, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. I'm in trouble. But then it was just something that was lying, like against the wall, so it kind of like slided down, just like that. Nothing like special. It just was in the angle that it was slowly over time sliding. Because I mean, technically, there's like a lot of stuff we don't see. It's moving around, but you have to understand that the Earth is always spinning, and then always there is this kind of like how do you say? The trembling, like the ground is always shaking just a little bit, but a lot of times it's so small we don't really see it ourselves or notice it like ourselves. But if you put like a very sensitive measurement device, it will show that everything is shaking constantly. Basically, we are constantly shaking. That's like the idea. So that's why that it just light off after a long time. After like, well, what, 3 weeks? Because I put it there once my family went on a holiday. So I put it there lying down, I mean like leaning on the wall like that, and then slide down after like 1 month. But it can be very scary stuff. It can be very scary stuff. Oh, the Bath of Exile 2 is also excuse me, is coming also that time when I'm going on a holiday. But the fact that I would need to somebody told me that I have to pay to be able to play it straight up on the early access when it comes to the early access, and then I thought like, yeah, they can keep their money. They can keep their stuff. I will not put any more money on that. Even though, okay, it's a new game and stuff like that, but still. I think personally I've put quite a lot of money on Path of Exile 1 alone, so. Well, not as much as a World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft really have sucked a lot of money over times, but of course, then again, overall, like 120 euros a year. How much is gym membership? Basically, the cheapest gym membership used to be like 20 euros. Now it's like 25 euros. So yeah, if you think about it, it's like the double. Like, you get a World of Warcraft subscription for a year. The gym membership is for only 6 to 5 months, with the same amount. And then where are you gonna spend more time? That's also another thing about the gym memberships. Like, how often people they have the membership, but they don't really go to the gym. So they're just giving free money for the gym. And this is the trick that the gyms, whenever the gym kind of like figures out a best way to get money through that system, that's when they're gonna be super successful gyms. Like, how are you going to make it so that it's better for people to just keep the subscription on rather than canceling it and trying again a little bit later? Now that's the trick you need to figure out, how to motivate people to not necessarily all the time to be coming to the gym, because in the end, if you think about it, like if the people are constantly going to the gym with a monthly subscription, the machines are going to wear out faster, which means that as a gym owner you have to replace or fix them faster, meaning you're going to lose more money overall. Of course, like, it's very minor, really, like the other things are going to cost you more than that, but it's the idea, like, maximizing loss and profit ratio and everything. So what is the tricks to keep everybody to just come to the gym once in a while? That's a question. I remember the one gym I went to, there was actually some people, they were just actually, they didn't really go to the gym anymore because they were like, tired, and like they kind of like lacked the motivation. But they did do one thing. They came all the way to the gym and they just went to sauna. So, because the gym had the sauna that was on in certain periods only. And then during that period, people just came and went to the sauna and everything. So yeah, that was one way to keep up, because the sauna was going to be on regardless if the people are not there or not. And then, yeah, people who didn't have a motivation to go to the gym, they just came and went to the sauna. Because it was a really big sauna and a really nice one too. Everything was like a smooth. And the gym membership that time was like just 35 euros or something a month. If you think about, and you go sauna like, let's say 2 times a week or something, where are you really gonna get that kind of a cost for this going to the sauna? Not met any other places. So that sauna thing can be one thing. You get people to get really hooked to go to the gym. So that's another thing you could look into that having. And some other kind of a services, kind of like it's a like kind of like added bonus on it, but you can also like add it a little bit on the monthly payment, and people are just like fine. It's just really understandable because you have a really good extra services, and like that's kind of services that you don't need to, that you could keep people paying it, so they coming and using some other benefits out of it. Because if you think about it, sauna, cheapest sauna option, what it would be, I think like if you go for a swimming hall, it's like 5 euros every time you go. So thinking about if you do 2 times a week sauna for 4 times, like that's like what, 40 euros. So if you can get like for 40 euros or something, sauna access, yeah, and have a gym there, yeah, why not? That's definitely gonna be money. That's definitely gonna be a money in the bank. But then again, the whole electricity prices and everything, so that can be very tricky. Very tricky nowadays. And it has to be a proper sauna, because if you go like this kind of like BS sauna stuff, people would like, nah. I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for. But yeah, today I'm going to sleep before 12. That one I will say. Today is I sleep before 12. Yesterday again, I mean, I managed almost. I went to sleep like 1:20, 1:30. So yeah, it kind of like leaked a little bit, but yeah. I think the problem is that the people usually I play now that the new people the friends I managed to find the group and to play with, weekend is kind of like a time for everybody that don't have anything to do, anywhere to go in the morning, or I have to wake up early in the morning, so everybody tends to stay up a little bit longer. And then of course I feel like I don't want to quit now. We just started to get in a good role in the game and everything, so I'm in the situation that yeah, I just went too much over. But it's also another thing, like I kind of like have a problem. It's hard for me to say no when I'm enjoying and doing stuff and there's people around. It's so hard for me to say no when playing games together. That I'm done for today. So it's so hard for me to be the first one to say that. And then it usually becomes like this. I just stay around for quite some time. But there's a lot of these things, how to keep people do something and everything. World of Warcraft, usually the subscription model has been that they have just so many different options to play, because even now you can play like Seasons of Discovery, World of Warcraft Classics, and the World of Warcraft Retail, and then sometimes you have an event kind of a thing going on and everything. So there's like constantly something coming that kind of like keeps you hooked in the game, so you keep your subscription going, everything. But yeah, it's quite something. But yeah, World of Warcraft, I kind of need to find out more people to play with together, that I would be playing that game more. But also should be like kind of semi-casual, like semi-casual hardcore players, like they are playing, they don't play like from morning until night kind of a thing, because then it's kind of going to be a situation that what are the chances, or what are the odds that they're just going to get bored with the game when something new comes, and then whenever you are really getting into that, there's nobody to play with anymore. Because it just has become so that game really requires for you to have a group to play. Not enough that you're just there, with the alone, trying to do something alone. A lot of the, like, especially in the like raid environment, there's a lot of like mechanics that really requires communication, so it's gonna be very tricky if that's not happening. So even though they are clearly trying to make it so that you can do it without communications and stuff, but yeah, that's not really not happening. Although I think I have a couple more days left in the subscription in World of Warcraft, so maybe I still go quickly look what's happening there. But probably right now the World of Warcraft retail is quite dead. It's very quiet, I am pretty sure. There's not much going on. Everybody's pretty much anticipating all kind of other stuff. I think like the next patch was coming, like major patch is coming like some point in December that adds content and stuff. I don't know if they're gonna have a new season already. But basically everything should be happening faster if they really want to do the way they want to do the new expansions. Like the cycle of expansion in World of Warcraft used to be like around 2 years, but now they want to squeeze it to 1.5 years, which is technically it is good, because the last season of an expansion is always just like there's nothing new coming on it, so it's always like just extending. Like last year basically of the expansion is just a new one same content. So yeah, people are not really happy about that idea. So what is their way of fixing it? Instead they just reduce the time between expansions and they rushing the game, expansion forward, and then basically meaning that okay, more money for them if it sells well. That's where it's gonna go. I mean, it's going. I don't know if it's really gonna it's true, but that's what I kind of like a lot of people are saying, and also the developers are kind of signaling that too with the roadmaps, I think, or something. So yeah, but like it or not, World of Warcraft is not gonna go anywhere. That's just gonna be, it just has such a massive fan base, just crazy. It ain't gonna go anywhere. Actually, I'm gonna check today. I think I still have everything up to date, so I'm gonna just check today quickly. How is it going? Are people playing it still? I know, like, I have a couple friends who are still definitely playing. Like, they're usually playing the classic also, but also some retail once in a while, like couple hours every night, like evenings, very late. Like typically, like, they get the kids to sleep, then they like, oh, now it's daddy's time. They come and stay up until like 1 a.m. or something. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. All I'm like honestly, like, as a father, like, one of the biggest things is like always I'm just waiting the moment I can start playing games together with the kids. Hopefully, if they're like going to be into the games at all, I think that would be so awesome to just play with them, spend time together with also that way. But I mean, I'm not going to push them to play games, but clearly, at least my oldest daughter is clearly showing she has an interest to do things. I mean, it's more like she's not like having interest on the game itself. She's just interested to do it with me. Like, that's the thing what I'm looking forward to most, that they have the interest to play the game with me, not just playing the game. Like, imagining like playing Stardew Valley with all the kids and stuff like that. Or this kind of like some casual co-op games would be very awesome. Although my daughter has been pretty good with the aim lap. She's playing. She used to play it like. Actually, how many? Let me see if I can see. Did it open? Library, aim lab. It's been played 78 hours, and that's like since beginning of summer. And then yeah, so basically it's just a couple hours day here and there. So it's something quite solid, because it's in a way it's you can put it like, oh, that's like how that playing some FPS games. So so maybe one day gonna be way better gamer than me. I would be so proud of that. If they're in the game, that whatever they do, I would be always proud. That's the thing with the parents, you will be always proud of them. Even if you cannot probably express it to them that you are proud of them. Because even our culture, we have that. I don't think... like, there's certain things I have never heard my parents say to me. That they are proud of me. And they're happy that I succeed, like congratulating me succeeding, like, like straight up saying it. It's never the thing. And then I'm seeing like what I'm doing with my kids. I'm like, it's like day and night difference. That is just a generation things. But the thing is, I know my parents really care about me. It's an obvious thing. Like whenever I have a problem, it's like, you know, they know me. Like I don't want to say straight up that, you know, I have problems. I would need to help now. I just start to talk a little bit, and they like pick in the midway, and they would just say, okay, no worry, we will help you. That's it. End of discussion. I didn't even say what is the problem. They would just say, no worries, I will help you. And they figure it out already by the way I'm talking about it. Even though I don't straight up say it to them, but they still figure it out always. They always figure it out. That's the thing with the parents. If parents truly care about you, they know you really. Like what are the things you're going through. Like I mean, the thing I was saying, like when I was lost a little bit with my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, you know, like career wise, or where did I want to go and do stuff and things like that. My parents were instantly, they were like, you know what, you take a break, you take a year break from, you know, school, figure it out, just do some work to earn money. Don't just, as long as you just don't become, you know, you just don't become lazy, you just stay active, then everything will be just fine. You'll figure it out. And that's what I did. And then I am here now where I am because of that event. That's always the craziest thing. It wasn't even like that major kind of things. It's not like I had like a, you know, addiction problem that I need to overcome, figure it out. You know, it was just like I wasn't like satisfied where things are going. It was very uncertain that I'm going to be even achieve on the things I was going. And I feel like I was just doing it because I wasn't, I'd never thought it before like very well. I had one uncle who passed away a long time ago, but he always gave me one of the best advices about life is that like the most important things what you do in life is just stay active. Whatever you do, just stay active. Don't become like very idle. Stay physically active. And then if you don't know what you want to do with your career wise, at least go to like a high school, university and stuff like that if you don't know. Because if then later on you figure out or you want to do it something else, but at least you had the foundation done for you. You know, like you already did the foundation for yourself. So that's why I went for high school and another vocabulary school. Vocational school, not vocabulary, vocational school. So I didn't become like a construction worker or something like that. Although I could have become that, but it made me the situation like, oh, I did high school, I graduated, I got a fairly good papers to help me to pass through in the university side, and then yeah, that's how it went down. That's how it went down, and then here we are. So yeah, definitely my family has been playing the biggest roles on where I have taken my life, like career-wise. My family has been definitely there has been uncles, there has been my grandma has been also showing also like hard work actually does help you a lot, but it doesn't mean that you should do it until you're dead, kind of a thing. And also my dad also showed it like what will happen if you work too much and you stress too much of work, you're actually just gonna die like that. So if if the only thing you like in your head is always some work stuff, you're just going to kill yourself with that one. The stress is alone very powerful thing that it will just kill you. So kind of become more relaxed after that with the work stuff too. But yeah, my uncle is the one who helped me go through the education route, because I mean my uncle, he was like a principal in high school, and he was a very known person. Like actually the funny thing was I went to job interview like during COVID years, because you know, like my previous job, I mean this current job I had like a not permanent contract. So during COVID they had a little bit of struggle, you know, making sales and stuff, because I mean everybody was struggling back that time. So they had to like kind of like lay off people and then not continue the contracts people had. So in my case, they could not continue the contract more because of the company level came this kind of like thing like, no, you can't do that. But anyway, yeah, so I was in unemployed for like 8 months, and during that time I went to a few interviews, and then one interview really hit me hard. Was like actually the person who was interviewing me and also the HR person of that company, they actually knew my uncle because they went through the high school he was principal in. And of course the thing is like my uncle, he used to teach like history and economics, not economics, but like social studies. So basically, yeah. So basically, like quite important part of the education. So basically, but anyway, this interviewer and the HR person, they both knew him. And then when I said that, yeah, actually, that was my uncle. That was my very close uncle to me. So, and they were like shocked, like, well, what are the odds? Like, it wasn't like that massive as the city he was a high school in. I mean, he was a principal in the high school, so that was a big shock for them. But anyway, like that's the thing. The world can be so small. So yeah, they were like a little bit started to wonder, like, do you happen to be related or something? Because there's something of the way I'm speaking, you know, that reminds them home and everything. And then I said, yeah, no, that's like that's my uncle. So then, and after all that, they didn't even give me the job. But anyway, it's I know why I didn't get the job, because I was asking too much salary. They were hoping to get like very little, like much lower salary request than I had, because the position was also like maternity substitute, so it was only like for 1 year contract. So they were not willing to really invest on the person that much, so that's why they didn't want to put also like a lot of salary either. So once I put my salary request, it was like a done deal, like they can't go that high and stuff like that. I was like, okay, you know, it's no worries, it's fine for me, but I know just like I'm not gonna do anything under that, because I know, you know, where I can get that and stuff like that. And also the fact was that I knew I was going to be hired back to the same company, but it was only the matter of time when the person in the team is going to retire, because I was going to replace somebody. It was like a simple thing. I didn't even do interview, basically. I just had to, I had to fill out the papers because so the system, it shows that I applied, so they can do it like legally correct. Or not like legally, there's nothing wrong with legally, but ethically, the company guideline way, ethically correct, that I applied to the position. That was the thing. That was the big difference there. Wait, where's the 2 people here? That's weird. That is very weird. This is definitely not a spot to be grinded for 2 people. That's why I was wondering, like, what's going on. But that's how the things are nowadays in the PDO. People just coming, start grinding, grind faster and everything. The weird thing nowadays. Anyway, it kind of fits me more, because I really never had the time to practice the class as a PvP, like how to do proper PvP and stuff. I really never really done proper PvPing at all, so I am very clueless about the combos and the way to play the PvP in this game. Getting stuck on nothing. That's always weird This game also like has a lot of those kind of small things that you just get stuck without any proper reason.